Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining another live stream. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know you're going to be on here. There's Jacob Tanjay, Michael Beach Your Life. I'm sure he'll be on here later. All of my fourth quarter members, I'm going to name all of you. There's Cisco, Roger Walker. What's up, Roger? Jeffrey Chatter, 6'9". What's up? Everybody. Paragraphics, Raymond, Obi-Wan Denobi. I love LaChon. Yeah, thank y'all, man, I mean that. All my old heads, there's Kamal, the lawyer, Sheldon. Yes, sir. All my old heads, Mr. Dacus, Navigator, I see on here. Who else is on here? Johnny Stewart, what's up, Johnny? Alexander O'Neill, or Michael Alexander, Doubtful Genius. Any new viewers and subscribers, welcome. I forgot to look at the peso, what it is. Wait. Let's see what this is. Okay. Wow. Anybody catch this on replay? The peso, believe it or not, I'm not lying. Look it up yourself. 61.67. Okay, remember when I said it's probably going to hit 65 if this war continues to go on, which it is. Trump's getting ready to start it up again. It's going to hit 65. It might hit 70. But there it is. We always have a topic, but remember, we'll talk about anything y'all want to talk about. You can run, but you can't hide. The Philippines is not a hiding place. And now, I didn't say his name. He's accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a 7-year-old in Hillsborough County, Florida, which is Tampa. Now, what I really want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about some stuff before, is how many of you cocksuckers took up for that man, pushed back against me. Not only him, but Trump. I didn't say anything that was false about Trump. Trump is a convicted sex offender. Period in the story. He's an accused pedophile. And you guys are taking up for these pedophiles. This is a guy who was caught on tape saying, I'm rich. I can do what I want to do. I just grab him by the pussy. What if that's your mother? What if that's your sister, your daughter? Okay? And when he was the owner of the Miss USA, Miss Universe pageant, because I'm the owner, they'll let me come in and inspect the young women. You know, he's a freak. But I had to take it down because I put it on my members only. Because YouTube won't pay me for it. I don't know why. AI, is doing a whole lot of the, justification. Then you appeal it, and AI is in charge of the appeal. So it's like, you can't win. So I just put it on my, but we're going to talk about that. But first of all, I just want to talk about a couple of bumbling idiot cases that's happened over here in the Philippines in the last month or so. But this was just the other day. Black guy, and you say, well, how you know he's black, Cal? Well, over here in the Philippines, all they do is blur your face out. They keep your whole other body clear. Well, 48-year-old American, supposedly a IT tech on his way to Singapore, leaving the Philippines. He's caught with 4 grams of marijuana in his bag. Along with some paraphernalia. Now, I want to say these guys are innocent until proven guilty, but I don't think that's the case over here. I'm saying, dude, 4 grams, you're going to put your freedom on the line for 4 grams of leaves is what the article said. You can look it up, guys. Leaves. It's not like it was, well, of course, according to the Philippines, it's high-grade marijuana, right? if I had, he should be on the donkey of the day on Breakfast Club. Dude, you was a fool. Smoke that shit up. Or throw it in the garbage before you go in that damn airport. That goes for any of you guys. I know guys probably watching now who sneak marijuana in here. Y'all crazy, man. Ain't that much getting high in the world, man. I'm so glad I quit. I'm so glad I quit. Okay? Give a fuck about Trump having some influence. I'm speaking facts. You know, I think what it was is when I said if any of you guys were to mess with Booby, I'd off you. I wouldn't care. It doesn't matter. You can support whoever you want to. Now, there is no minimum. That's why they got shorts. He said, do you think it's because the video is too short, the minimum? No, there is no minimum. There's no minimum. They got shorts, man. It's 30 seconds, 15 seconds. No, this is what, okay, this other guy, see, it's two cases. You ain't gonna sneak no, okay, look guys, paragraphics. Don't do any of it. Okay, you guys, you're too smart. Here's another American now for $1.58 million worth of marijuana. This was March the 30th. And he had gummies and all kind of stuff. Somebody probably told on these guys. But the estimated street value of the guy, the first guy, 48-year-old, was 6,000 pesos. That's what they're saying. All it is a couple of joints. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Yeah, we got it. Certainly, we're smarter than that. But evidently, we're not. He was a U.S. government contractor. Now you're going to lose your damn job, more than likely, over a joint or two. Oh, man. But I know, guys, see, that's why I don't hang with anybody. I don't hang with anybody. Because some of you guys are too smart for your own good. You got weed and stuff on you. You're using Shabu and all that kind of stuff. And no, I don't hang out with guys. Yeah, at the meet and greet, that's it. Yeah, they're getting dumb, man. This guy's stupid. They recovered from his black backpack labeled Oakley. Okay? They're telling you he's black without telling you he's black. Where approximately 4 grams of suspected marijuana kush with an estimated street value of 6,000 pesos concealed inside an open transparent plastic containing dried leaves. Fuckers are stupid, man. Stupid as hell. I mean, come on, guys. Okay? This is so crazy. Wait, I'm looking up something real quick. Oh, man. He said, I thought you helped brothers who come to moves there get set up. What do you mean? Who said that? I can point you in the right direction. Man, you couldn't afford my services, the Smooth Operator 3. I'm not a babysitter. But all you got to do is look at all the videos that I do and others do. And I can't help you get set up. What do you mean get set up? Philippines is so easy to get set up. The minute you get off the plane, you know you got the woman waiting for you. You get the apartment. They're not going to run a credit check on you. You can have it all done within 24 hours. Yeah, he can't afford me. Help people get set up. I will, but I mean, what is he saying? He thought. What did I say that I wasn't going to do it? And that I didn't do it? I mean, you guys get on here with all these accusations and stuff. Well, man, that peso is crazy, man. Yeah, 61.65. What's up, Hollywood, baby? Appreciate you, man. He said, I guess they think they'll get away with it. I don't know. They're not getting any information from me. He said, when I was contracting in Iraq, a lot of people were getting busted for smoking weed and drinking liquor in a war zone. Come on, man. But these guys are going through the Philippines, right? I mean, of all the other shit you got to worry about, you're going to try to bring drugs through there? He's lucky they didn't throw in a damn bullet or two to boot. You know? Like, come on, man. What were you thinking? You wasn't thinking. He said, make sure my paperwork's right. What paperwork? What paperwork do you need to come to the Philippines? I'm not picking on you. I'm just asking you. You don't need any paperwork. You need a valid passport with at least 6 months left on it, of validity left on it. And you're in the Philippines. There's no paperwork. He said, my best friend, who was a white guy, got hooked on drugs and I cut him off. We're no longer friends. Well, you know, we do recover. But I'm like you, though. I won't deal with anybody who's actively using. Okay? I've got too much at stake, man. This guy's got a great job. Okay? But I want to talk about the video I made today because it doesn't matter what video I make. People are going to twist it around and spin it around and make it out of something else. And of course you hear just like when I made the video, a trick Filipinos play on black guys. Oh, it works both ways. Well, it might, but that's not what I'm talking about. So when I make the video today, a trick Filipinos play on white guys. Oh, every culture has the tricksters and blah, blah. They probably do, man. I'm not talking about all the other cultures. I'm talking about over here. Okay? They're tricking white men. They got them thinking that they are the preferred men over everybody else. This is a fact. All you got to do is turn on YouTube right now. There's a video. Y'all thought I was playing. It's got on the thumbnail, nationality. And she's a woman that does this all the time. She's going around asking Filipinos, well, what nationality wouldn't you date? And eventually it comes to what nationality will you date, right? But whenever you see these videos, it's always black or white. They never put the Filipino man in the equation to even be chosen. You understand? Remember I said, you was like, well, why does it work? I asked you a question. I said, well, why does it work? Why do white men continue to believe that Filipinos prefer them? Because they hear it so much over and over and over. How many videos are out there right now? White men make them. Filipino vloggers make them. Well, they say that they prefer white men. They don't say some Filipinos or a few Filipinos. They say Filipinos prefer white men. And the white man eats it all up. You see it. They got the memo. They walking around here, head blown up, so big they can't even get out of the airport. Chest poked out, walking around like they 10 foot tall. Okay? And it makes them easy targets. But it's a lie. So why won't the Filipinos just come out and say, oh no, we don't prefer white men. Yeah, we like them, but we prefer Filipino men. Remember, I put the link to the Philippine Statistic Authority in there to back up what I'm saying. Very few Filipinos that get married in the Philippines marry foreigners. Okay? I'm sorry. But they're never going to come forward and tell you the truth because white men are pumping up their channels. Tell me if I'm lying. Okay? He's feeling their PayPal's up to the point that PayPal cuts him off. They say, hey, enough, He's giving away the visa for nothing. They want to keep that train running. I'm trying to help white guys. I'm trying to tell you, look, they don't prefer white men, black men, Hispanic, Japanese, Chinese, Indian, nothing. They prefer Filipino men. Okay? But they get mad. Filipinos will sell you that illusion, delusion, or lie to get what they want. They don't care who you are. They make you think, yeah, you're so special. And since everybody thinks they're special, they buy it. Hook, line, and sinker. You don't believe me? Look at Rafi Tufo. Huh? Look at Rafi Tufo. And they walk around her proud. Filipinos would prefer a white man. They want a white baby, blonde hair, blue eyes. If you see one blonde hair, blue-eyed baby over here, I'd like to see it. I'm just saying. I'm not picking on white men. I'm just saying it's a trick. It's one of the tricks they play. They play so many tricks. You heard the guy, Passport X, on here the other day. He said, why do Filipinos think that you're supposed to pay for dinner for 20 friends and family just because you like a Filipino? That's a trick they play. They'll show up. You say, hey, let's meet at the beach. Thinking it's just going to be you and her. She'll show up with the whole family and friends. And you got to buy everything. It's a trick. Yeah, but she was married to a Filipino man. What are you talking about? We're not talking about Filipino men. We're talking about Filipino women, Frank. Don't twist it. Don't move the goalposts. Shane was happily married to a Filipino man. May he rest in peace. Okay, don't get on here trying to twist it. That's not what we're saying. Okay? And when I talk about Filipino women, I'm talking about the ones on the dating site and the Filipino vloggers, which they represent such a small percentage. I mean, it's not even measurable of the vast majority of women over here, so they don't speak for all Filipino women. They don't represent all Filipino women, but we think they do. We take what they say as the Bible, and we run with it, and you end up getting your head busted. Okay? Now, you damn right if that wasn't the case. Man, listen. I tell y'all my story because I try to help y'all. I'm not exempt. Everything I talk about, I've done. I had an engagement party one time. One of the first women that I got involved with over here, Well, anyway, I'm thinking it's just going to be her family, maybe a few friends. Don't you know the whole barangay showed up? I'm talking about literally the whole barangay. I spent about 20,000 pesos in 2009. It was a lot of them. I bought 2 lechons. I'm talking about I bought 2 live pigs. Okay. From her first cousin, by the way. They wouldn't let me buy it nowhere else. It's all set up, guys. They're going to get you. Okay. And then the guy who cooked the food, I had to pay him. Crazy. But y'all won't listen because y'all think it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to me. We give these women too much credit. We take them too lightly, man. We think they don't know all that backwards. They live in a province. They live in the squatters area. What do they know? I'm from the streets. Right? Yeah, they're not gonna be. They're not gonna be stupid. Okay, Filipino vloggers are not stupid. First of all, they're a different breed because they're confident enough to sit in front of that camera and speak English for 15 or 20 minutes to a Western audience. Most Filipinos, ain't going to do that. I can't get Maryland to do it. Okay, and make some sense about it. But they're not going to tell you, they're not going to refute that lie. They're not going to, make that right and put it out there that Filipinos don't prefer white men. They'll never do that. I'm just saying that they never put the Filipino man in the equation. It's always a white man or black man. It's never a Filipino man. Let me give you some. Okay, all right, but this is what I'm saying. It's a very small. It's not true though. I guarantee you, all them women, because they were older looking women. A Filipino man probably broke their heart. Okay, didn't want them, like Frank Ellis said. If all things were equal, Filipino man, the black man, the white man, they all look the same intelligence, they're all good men, they all have the same amount of money. What Filipino, a true Filipino, is going to pick the white man or the black man? She's going to pick the man who has everything in common with her. See, we don't understand that they're only with us for our money, for what we can do for them. It's not because they've got so much in common. And this is what y'all don't understand. Thank you. There it is right here. Everybody knows it. Okay? But when you say it out loud, people get offended. I don't care if you get offended. I'm trying to help you. She's lying to you. They prefer Filipino men. They laugh at the same jokes. They eat the same foods. They have everything in common. You ain't got shit in common with these women. I'm just saying. They're younger. Thank you. But they're broke. And these women are the women I'm talking about. The ones that we're dealing with who basically are at the end of the rope. They don't have any choices left. No intelligent choices. They'll tell you whatever they want to tell you. Yeah, we prefer white men. And so you got all these white men flocking over here. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And you see all of them lining up, crying and begging for their damn money back on Rafi Tufo. But I wasn't picking on white men. I'm telling you what I thought. It's just my perspective, guys. They act like I don't have a perspective. I think it's a trick that they're playing. They're intentionally doing it. One popular vlogger said, because somebody called out and said, hey, why don't you interview more black men? She said, well, I don't feel comfortable around black men, and most of the men who support my channel are white. Okay? It's crazy. He said, I got off pretty easy dipping my toes in that dating pool. Man, I tell you, boy, you did. But most of us aren't as fortunate, man. But let's talk about this. Okay. This is the guy, okay, American was arrested over here. And y'all don't understand, if you're a members only, go in them comments and see all the pushback I got on this video. Some guy says, oh, you better say allegedly or you can be sued. I'm like, dude, I'm reading right out of the newscast. I didn't say his name. I said an American. But they're all taking up with this guy and taking up with Trump. Okay, it says on April the 23rd, Philippine Bureau of Immigration agents arrested a 69-year-old American man in Cavite for a 40-year-old child abduction and sexual assault cold case from Florida. And they also looking into the case of a 3-year-old that happened at the same time, same MO and everything. So I'm saying, guys, look, you can run, but you can't hide. The Philippines is not hiding place, certainly if you're from America, because not only are they going to hunt you down for American authorities, they're going to turn you over. A lot of that has to do with treaties and, funding and everything that America gives to the Philippines. The financial help is like, look, if we got criminals over there, you need to help us. And this is why, the reason they got this guy, because he thought he was, he had gotten away with it. So he's going to immigration. He's giving the Filipino immigration. See, this is why the immigration got him. When you go, guys, to apply for your immigration extension, you can't just go in there. They want a phone number. They want an address. Where are you? And this is how they get these guys. Okay? It's that reciprocity agreement. So yeah, they got him. And they're looking into more cases. See, it says he's accused of luring a 7-year-old girl from a bowling alley in Tampa, Florida in 1989, giving her coins to play games before abducting and sexually battering her. The breakthrough came in 2026. The case remained unresolved for nearly 4 decades until recent advancements in DNA evidence and genealogical research identified him as the suspect. I'm not going to say his name. Then the Bureau of Immigration's Fugitive Search Unit, acting on intelligence from the U.S. Homeland Security investigators. They're working together, guys, okay? Got his ass. He'll never get out. He's in the Bureau of Immigration Warden Facility in Camp Bagong, Taguig City, pending deportation proceedings. Now, all the people who was coming after me, I was saying, how many victims did he leave over here in the Philippines? You know good and well, if he's doing that kind of shit in America, he's doing it over here. But what goes on in the dark, it comes out in the light. They're gonna get you. It's a lot of them over here. It's a lot of them over here, guys. And those are the ones who take up for him. Yeah. Yeah, he's sick. But if you, now all of a sudden everybody wants to give him all the due process. Yeah, he's going to get his day in court. But the DNA evidence is strong. I'm just saying he got arrested. I didn't say he got convicted. So there's no telling how many victims is over here. But I'm just telling you that they're going to get you eventually. Filipinos are going to turn you in. He said, how do you go broke over here? 1,000 pesos is $16 real. Because, see, one thing that we do as expats, older expats anyway, involved with these young women over here, Yamamoto, is this. We can't resist the urge to go all in. We can't resist the urge to go all in. Remember, fools rush in. Oh, I got to hurry up. Somebody else is going to have her. Oh, she's the best thing I ever had. I better do, commit now. And this is a cause for trouble. We only got one girl over here. And that's all expats. It's very few of us that pace ourselves in the beginning. We got one girl that's full speed ahead. Okay? That's the facts. That's how you go broke. But I already made a video about that the other day. Some guys are smart. They're looking at our stupid asses over here. They're saying, I'm not falling for that. I don't even want to put myself at risk. Because what goes on over here, man, unless you really just strong-willed, it's going to get you. It's going to bite you. No matter what I say, the pussy going to win. The pussy going to win out, guys. I'm sorry. Every single time. Yeah, so slow and steady is the best. Okay, but very few of us go slow and steady. Paragraphics, I'm sorry. We got one girl over here. And what happens, eventually it leads to burnout anyway. We can't pace ourselves. Buyer's remorse and all that. Yeah. Because y'all don't understand, man. If love is a business, like a lot of people say, we come over here, we only have a business plan for it. Okay? If love is a business, then shouldn't you have a business plan? What are you trying to accomplish over here? Who is your target market? What are you selling? How do you plan on getting what it is that you're after? None of us, we just get on a plane and fly over here. But something I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. The Philippines is more than old men with young women, man. Y'all do this place an injustice by thinking that's all it is. That's bland, man. That shit's old. You're going to see that everywhere over here. But there's more to the Philippines than that. This is all we made it out to be. This is all we, chiseled the Philippines down to. We put it in this little box. All you're going to see is old men and young men, man. Y'all missed the whole party that's going on over here. Y'all missed. Yeah, they get as close as they can. I've seen it myself. And I'm judging them because I got daughters over here. I'm judging them. One of the very first couples I saw, this guy had to be in his early 30s. And I'm in SM City in Cebu. I'm with my son's mother, and, I'm buying her shit. And the girl couldn't been no more than 14 or 15. I mean, I'm talking about, it was so cringy that I was embarrassed for the guy, but he didn't care. He had the mother with them, and the little brother with him. See, that's a good sign that the woman's too young when you got the mother there. But a lot of that's going on over here, man, because they think they can get away with it over here. Until they can't. Man, be careful over here. What's up, Elad? Filipinos do not tolerate that, man. I told y'all over and over they don't. But most of us come over here, we got that no brakes policy. We just rolling through. We can't stop if we want to. We solely focus on the bloody pussy. Sorry, lad, but that's what we focus on. We ain't seeing nothing else. Yeah, we missed the whole party. We flying by. Yeah, but we think that's all the Philippines is. We got a one-track man. That's all we got. And we're moving so fast that it's unsustainable. You spending all that money. You can't keep spending all that money and all the traveling all around. We do all this stuff. We burn out. The lifestyle that you try to live is unsustainable. I'm just saying. Hey, okay. Where are you, I love the chime? It's 3 o'clock there. Yeah, we got one damn gear. Full speed ahead. And that's it. But they got this guy. And what shocked me was all the pushback I got. Oh, no need to bring Trump into it. Why not? I'm telling you that a lot of guys, they look up to Trump. He's their hero. But he's a convicted sex offender. Guys, it's not something I'm making up. He's accused in the Epstein files of having sex with underage women, underage girls, I mean. And they, I support Trump. Some guy on here shocked me and like, yeah, I support Trump. Okay, well, you're supporting a sexual predator. He says it himself. I just grab him by the pussy because I'm rich. I can do what I want to do. Yeah, you grab my mother or sister or daughter by the pussy. I yank the rest of that old pink ass hair out of your head. But y'all think that's something. Birds of a feather flock together. And then some girl, I guess a girl, it's got a girl, an AI woman as the face. I mean, Cal, you're wrong for thinking that only single men are perverts. I didn't say that. I said that I don't like it when single men show up at my house. Like, well, damn, you're in the Philippines, at least have a date, a tour guide or something. I mean, that's a red flag to me, really. You don't have to be married to it. You don't have to be living, but damn, what you come all the way over here for? It's like a red flag. And I know I'm right about that. When you see some of the men who come over here single, you see what I'm talking about. I know I'm a good judge of character. Okay? There's really no difference over here. Okay? Be careful what you wish for. They got a rich culture over here, stick. And a lot of the women you're meeting in the city are from the province. And those province women, man, men talk about they want them. Yeah, be careful. They're the ones that'll cut your dick off. They're the ones who will turn you into the authorities. They're the ones that's running off on guys. Okay? When are y'all going to realize it's a game over here? Okay, break up with a Filipino. Okay, you see how nice the family is to you? Break up with her. Divorce her. They're going to look at you like you crazy. They're going to treat you like dirt. No matter what you do for them. I've got guys in my inbox right now. 2 of them. You think it's a coincidence? No. Yeah, one family was like, we're going to call the police if you contact us again. It don't matter all he did for the woman, for his wife. Took a dusty ass from nothing, the streets of Angeles City, and took her to America, gave her a life she only dreamed about. But now all of a sudden, when she gets over there and runs off, and he's just looking for her, like, hey, have y'all saw her? Don't contact us anymore. We're going to call the police. Move on, they said. I don't even know the people. It pissed me off. He showed me the screenshot where he's chatting with the family. But it happened to me. I don't have to look at his message. I was threatened. Y'all learn one of these days, man. If you got a good woman, stay with her. But most of us, a lot of us end up with the wrong one because we got one gear. We got a one-track man. We solely focused on the bloody pussy. So that's what happens. But then the other guy, he done built houses. The family was in love with him. Now the Filipino done ran out with another man. And they like, don't contact us anymore. You're controlling, they said. This is crazy, man. You know, she deserves to be happy. Yeah, after I done built the damn house and everything else, now all of a sudden, move on. She deserves to be happy. You stalking her, you controlling her. Man, come on, guys. Y'all better make sure that y'all got the right woman over here, because they play a lot of games. But y'all don't want to hear it from me. Y'all don't want to hear it from me, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but if you read, what's up, make it look easy? But if you read what the judge said, he said he's guilty of sexually abusing that woman. He said the leader who you support is a direct reflection of your character. I'm just saying, what's up, Angelo? I'm just saying that even if you supported him, but then you found out all this stuff is coming forward and you still riding with the man, now that's a reflection of your character. Okay? You already see it's not America first. They getting ready to start this war up already again. He's been lying, manipulating the market. There was no deal. Iran does not want a deal with the United States. He says that on Friday. Every Friday he says that. It's a lie. Yeah, I mean, I've had some guys over here. Okay, tell me I'm wrong. Okay? You know the guys who like young women over here. Some of the vloggers, they came to my house before they got popular, before their reputation was out there by themselves. And of course, I kept my daughters away from them. But they get off on that stuff, man. You got to judge people. I told the lady, I said, look, you got rules for your house. Let me have rules for mine. I don't like it when single men come over and stay in the guest house. You're welcome, but I don't like it. It's a red flag. No, I'm just saying, Raj, I know that you're different. I know you. A lot of guys show up. I don't know them. It's the first time I've ever seen them. But you got to have some kind of rules. Hey, what's up, Brock? I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you like autobiographies, man, but I'm reading this. I put them other two books down for right now. I'm reading about the Rolling Stones, man. It's so interesting. These kind of books I'm interested in. I want to know, I'm interested in phenomenal people. I'm not talking about their character. I'm talking about their success. How it all started, man. So interesting. And anybody wants to read it when I'm finished, you can. He said, I've got busy morning, Cal. Get the lights up, fellas. He said, you cut the money off your enemy now. Well, you got to understand, they're very close over here, man. Remember, these people aren't lying to you when they say, okay, the family's here, you're here. I think God, family, the kids, and then you. But y'all think y'all up there at the top. Until you're not, let something happen. It's going to shock you. It's going to really shock you. They're going to turn on you, man. I mean, both of these guys are decent guys. I know for a fact they've done what they said they've done. But it doesn't matter. When she's done with your ass, the game is over. It's time for you to move on and find you somebody else or go somewhere else. You know, how many times I got to tell you, because the one woman's already with another man. And the guy says, oh, they move on fast. I said, dude, how many videos I got to make before y'all understand that I know what I'm talking about? That they move on fast when it comes to foreigners. I don't know about with Filipinos. But when it comes to foreigners, you break up with them, they're going to be with somebody maybe the next day. They probably already got somebody already in the wings, man. Come on, guys. I done made videos about this before. But y'all not listening. Remember, we got a one-track man. That's all y'all looking for. I'm not talking about all the women. I'm talking about y'all end up with the wrong ones because you don't take any suggestions. You don't take any advice. You don't let time be on your side. We got one girl. Phew. You know, he said, like that one guy said, as soon as I get in the Philippines, I'm going to the province to get a woman there. Yeah. It could be his worst decision, too. Because they'll fight you. Okay? You want to have problems? You really think that Filipinos are non-confrontational? Yeah, you meet one of them from up there. I'm talking about this really from the mountains. They're going to fool your ass. Okay? These women are tough as nails. Okay? Yeah, they ain't listening. They're not listening. I don't care. I just be on here. I try to make videos that make people think, make them pause, to make a conversation. Because I know good and well they're never going to listen to, not to me. It's funny that I've got two people in one is on Messenger, one is in my email. When y'all are talking about this stuff, they turn on you. They don't forget about everything you did. It don't matter. I didn't tell you to do it. You did that on your own. Leave me alone. When my son's mother, man, okay, we broke up, right? And, we're still communicating because I'm sending her money for my son. Next thing you know, her sister-in-law said, yes, she's in America. 3 months later, okay, the woman was in America. It blew my mind. I'm like, what? Yeah, she was already in America. Probably when she saw things, that I wasn't falling for her BS, that she probably started looking around. And you guys, you're all in women's DMs and Facebooks and on their accounts, because they got 3 or 4 accounts. I promise, man, I have no reason to lie. This woman was in America 3 months later. Because back then, it didn't take a long time. It took between 3 months to 6 months for the K1. But we're friends, man. We're friends. We got a son, and, and she told me, she apologized later on because she was from the province. And she was really controlling and everything like that. I mean, you see, Marilyn has her own life. If I was with her, she'd be here right now watching my live stream. But she apologized. She said, because her husband, her American husband, was doing her the same way she was doing me. But now she had already had another man. But they don't, I don't know why they do it. But we all say this. We all say this. Okay? Nobody comes over here and wants to be a victim. But the woman's going to win out every time. Yeah, we're not saying all of them are that way. We're saying when guys choose wrong, Bree. He said I've lived here 14 years straight, so I'd say I'm qualified to speak. It doesn't mean, but you're not saying it. You're not giving us any information. You're not giving us any context. 14 years don't mean nothing. Of course, not everybody is everything all the time. I'm saying that what these broken relationships have and what these in common and what these guys who have been scammed have in common is they only have one girl, like you did. But you want to prove to us, because you've been here 14 years, that you're punching all the right buttons and turning all the right knobs. I'm calling bullshit. I've been here 17 years. So what are you saying? The guys on the rock, those stories on Rocky 2-4 aren't real? Is that what you're saying? We're talking about a very small percentage of women over here. But these are the women that we deal with. The women on the dating site. The Filipino vloggers who are on the dating site before they become famous. You know, he said, what's the temperature? Well, right now, what time is it? It's 10:21. It's a little breeze going, but it's summer in the Philippines. That's why I said on the video. If you're here in the Philippines and you don't have to go outside, I wouldn't go outside. I'd go from here to the mall or whatever you're going to do, to the grocery store, whatever. Then I'd come back home. You're not going to be out on the beach right now. If you are, it better be some shade somewhere. Because it's hot. It's hot. It's dangerously hot out there. So drink a lot of water. You know. Guys are always talk about, oh yeah, it's just as hot in Texas and blah, blah, bullshit. Y'all get a break. Oh, South Florida. Yeah, we need to set some boundaries. But you need to know what you're dealing with, Blizzard. This is all we're trying to say. It was like, look, know what you stepping into, guys. He said, don't get Fred Flintstone. He has no shame after being caught kissing a man. He still got the nerve to talk about other YouTubers. But these guys, man, they're cowards. They're never going to say that in your face. Okay? None of them. They're never going to say it. So they say it on the videos, and he's a joke. You know, he got caught kissing a man in the lips. But see, remember, it's a lot of weird people over here. So they look up to people like him. Okay? Not realizing that if you had a YouTube channel, he'd be talking about you. There ain't nothing funny about it with me. There's no entertainment in that. No, we are the prize, man. Listen, guys, y'all not listening. We're saying that you better take your time over here, John. Just because you the prize don't mean for you to kick the door down. Okay, we're running on no brakes here. You can't even pace yourself. This is what we're saying. This is how guys get in trouble. Look at these cases. Any case you've ever heard of a man being scammed, it's not over. It's over. It's usually overnight. There is no long. They always tell, Filipinos play the long game. Bullshit. We done tore up the long game. We doing this shit in record time. Ain't no long game. You are the prize. Yeah, this is what they always say. They always say not all. I'm not saying not all. I'm not saying all. He must not have been here on the beginning of the live stream when I simply said we're talking about Filipinos on a dating site and the Filipino vloggers, which constitute a very small percentage, it's not even negligible of the vast majority of Filipino women over here. These are the women we're dealing with, though, Bree or Bray or whatever your name is. And you'll learn this, Sheldon, because, you know, if y'all think I'm lying and it only happens to one or two of us, look at Sheldon. This is a young guy, okay? For everybody who thinks it only happens to old guys, it doesn't matter. He met a woman over here and she fooled me, okay? Just like she fooled him. She looked innocent, come from a good family. The minute he left, she was already on the ferry going to Cebu to meet another man. It's none of your business how many women I've been with. It doesn't make a difference in what I'm telling you. Okay? How many you been with? Why don't you say how many you been with? Don't be asking me personal questions like that. If I want to tell you, I'll tell you, but I've been through enough to know what I'm talking about. Okay? He said they move on fast because it's a business for most of them. It's you that's love struck. Wake up, yeah. But we don't have a business plan for them. Because you got guys like Bree or Bray. Well, it's not all of them. Of course it's not all of them. I got a good woman in there. But how many I had to go through before I met her? And to be honest with you, I really haven't met any bad ones, honestly. I can say that it was me because it was different times in my life. Remember when I came over here, I was 45. I'm 62 now. I'm not the same as I was at 45. You might be. I'm not even the same as I was at 61. But guys want to lie. They want you to make you think that they're doing everything right. Brip 673, and they're not. They're not doing everything right. And when I tell them, hey, the first one ain't going to work, man. The first one's not going to work. You may have to, deal with 2 or 3 or 4 of them before you find the right one. Do some guys, some guys don't have to deal with that. Yeah, they'll meet the right one the first time. Yeah, but for the most of us, that's not the case. And then it's a waiting game. You've already made the commitment. Why not do it the opposite way? Why not wait first before you make the commitment instead of making the commitment, then work and then wait to see if you made the right choice? We're not going to do it. Because the minute she's standing there and tells you, oh, you can do whatever you want to do to me. Don't listen to them vloggers. They don't know what they talking about. I love you for real. Meanwhile, she's taking off her clothes. You thirsty and dry as a damn bone. You don't forget everything Sunshine Shoulders and the rest of them said. Next thing you know, you married. Are you having children? You certainly done moved her in. And now you got to wait. Did I make the right decision? Instead of waiting first. He said, my understanding is that most Western women will have someone lined up already before they leave you. Well, there ain't no difference over here because they move along. They move on quick. If you knew who I was talking about, it would shock you. It shocked me when I got this email because this guy's shocked. I mean, all that he did for the woman and everything, I thought that this was it for him. Shit. That woman's already with another man. The other man's already blowing her back out. The family told him, he showed it to me. You're too controlling. She deserves to be happy. Move on, they said. I'm like, my God. That would be a slap in your face. You wouldn't have to do nothing but move on. It's so bad, he said he's done with Filipino women. Okay, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him, okay? Because this is my last one. I'm gonna do everything I can for me and Merlin to stay together. But if it don't work, I'm done, man. I've had enough of them to know that I'm not going through all them old games and jumping through hoops and all that stuff again. Not me. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure this is my last relationship, period. But if it's not, I'm going somewhere else for a woman. Okay, I said it. You'll see. He said found out the hard way. They tough as nails. Man, they don't be playing over here. Whatever you bring to the table, these women are ready for it. I mean, they really are, man. He said, save your money and don't get married. Yeah, 14 years don't mean nothing. Certainly not over here. They treat you like you just got here, fool. He ain't gonna give up no goods. Because he's one of those that punched all the right buttons and turned all the right knobs. He got you food. He ain't got me food. If you be over here long enough, you're gonna get your head split. Somebody's gonna split your head. Somebody's gonna break your heart. Somebody's gonna turn out to be not who they thought they were. Yeah, they do. They have a version. They have a version. But it don't matter. You know, it's not a competition, Bree. This is what you guys always want to make it a competition. I'm not competing against you. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm not studying you. I don't even know you. You got a picture of a damn chihuahua on your damn profile pic. How can I take you serious? This fool got a damn chihuahua on his damn profile pic. I'm supposed to take him serious. Come on, man. He ain't going because these guys aren't going to tell the truth, Blizzard. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time. Nope. I figured it out a long time ago. You got to be lying. Everybody can't have the same damn story. If you see all these interviews, everybody's got the same story. Why they left. They came here and found the best woman they've ever had. They got the low rent, the lowest rent you can have in the Philippines. Everybody's story is the same. I don't waste my time interviewing them. Yeah, it's hot over here. They can tell you all that stuff they won't. I made a mistake 2 days ago of wearing a black shirt out of here. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought I'd caught on fire. The minute I stepped out, because, we get a little breeze in our little compound. The minute I stepped outside that gate, it was too late because I was trying to beat the time to get to the bank. Man, you'd have thought somebody poured gasoline on me and set me on fire. I'm telling you, that's how hot it was. I'm not playing. I mean, it was unbearably hot. Because Merle was like, where you going? I'd already made up my mind. I'm going. She said, it's hot out there. Shit, man. But it's perfect around, whenever daybreak. I think it's around 5:30 in the morning to about 7. And then at night from about 5 until 5 into 7 in the morning again. I mean, the weather's perfect. You're not going to get any more perfect. But if you don't have to be out there right now, I wouldn't be out there. He says, hot as fish grease out here. It's hot, man. I mean, if you don't have, where's my rag? You better have you a nice, sweat rag. I always forget to tell you to bring that. I always say light clothing, light in weight and color, a good pair of sunglasses that UV ray, and then some comfortable shoes. I always forget. I always say the sunscreen, but I always forget the rag because you're going to sweat. He said, I've been here in Thailand for over a week and only been out 3 times. I don't feel like doing much. The heat is draining me. It feels weird. Yeah, man. I know it is. It's hot. There. Get out of here. It is weird. I mean, it's really, really hot. There's no wind blowing. It's just like that. Has anybody ever been to Vegas? Anybody been on the Strip? It feels like that over here right now. And it don't get no hotter than that. I mean, it's so hot in Vegas. We had the nerve to go in July. And that was the first trip I won as an insurance agent. And it was so hot that they had these little mists of water on the street. You know, you had to walk underneath it to cool you down. That's how it feels over here right now. That dried heat is burning. Well, no, they're just it's just in the dream. It's still in the dream stages, Roger. They certainly need one here. No, it's still in the dream stages. I believe it's going to get built eventually. Okay. Now, see, what he's saying is not funny. You guys don't realize that what times you travel is this is the same guy who freely uses the N-word. So while y'all clicking on his videos, laughing with him, you know what he thinks about you for real. He uses that word loosely, okay? Because he thinks he's a tough guy. These guys aren't tough. Tough guys don't act like that. Tough guys are quiet, they're reserved. You don't know they're tough until you push the wrong button. My big brother's a tough guy. People were shocked when he threw a guy through a plate glass window. Kept fucking with him. They were so shocked. But I wasn't shocked. There's tough guys in the Philippines, but they're not on YouTube and they're not in the comment section. Okay? There's mercenaries and everything over here. There's real tough guys over here. He's not a tough guy. He's nothing to laugh at because he wouldn't say that to my face. You'll see. The Philippines is too small. I'm going to see him. And I want to see if he's talked all that stuff when he sees me in person. Any of them that make those videos about me, they're not going to do anything. It's never happened. It never will. He's never been to my guest house, so you guys can keep on laughing with him. He said, would an expat be better? Yeah, see, here's what they're doing. Because according to him, the lady says, oh, I got me a big white one now. See, she went from a black man to a white man. But y'all think I just be on her talking. She's bragging about it to her friends. Oh, I caught me a big white one now. And the guy looks like, I don't know what he looks like. I'm thinking like, is she just doing this to get back at this guy? But no. She moved on. Yeah, man. She done moved on, man. You should see the guy that she's with now. Yeah, there'll be somebody over here sniffing up her behind. They don't care. They don't have no standards. I got standards. I don't want what you had. You know, they were talking about Mike Philippine retirement, his divorce. That's his divorce, but I wouldn't want Janet, not after he had her. I'm just saying. He said, I told Cal a long time ago he needs to stage a breakup. If he ever needs some fast cash, he would clean up. Well, not super chats. Hell, they'll fill up her PayPal. If you guys only knew, see, this is what happened. Okay, listen to the guy, and I would never say his name, and because I respect him. But he said this is how this guy moved in on his girl. Was sending her $500 through a PayPal. 500 in super chats. You know, using his credit card to look, rich. This is how they get you. They come right through the YouTube and get to them, man. They'll find a way. Because money is what it's really all about. But this guy, he's comfortable. He's not rich, but he's comfortable. I mean, he built her a house, when she was nothing, But that don't matter. If you don't continue to give her way, they'll flip on you in a minute, man. I've been through it before. I was shocked. All the shit I used to do, then all of a sudden, I was threatened. Crazy. He said, one helpful principle to help guide your important decisions, only invest as much as you're willing to lose. Well, we don't even want to lose for real. Slow down, guys. That's all I'm saying. We got one gear, full speed ahead. Then you want to sit around and wait to see if this is the right one. That's a terrible investment plan. Let time be on your side. Okay, if you like me for real, then okay, I'm not buying a motorcycle. I'm not building a house. I'm not getting a visa. Let's just enjoy each other till you can see what she's about. No, we do the opposite. When I saw Robbie Tufo about the American and the Canadian, this Filipino who looked like a 3 on her best day, guys, I'm just telling you, had beat them out of a combined 10 million pesos, right? Don't you know that the Canadian guy had given her all of his money, over $6.5 million, in 2 weeks, buying property and stuff. Now, here's how she got him, okay? Now, she'd already ran through $3.5 million with the American guy. So she tells the Canadian guy that she's with the American guy, but I'm going to get rid of him because I want you. So she done pumped him up and blew his head up, make him think he's special. All the while, robbing him blind. These guys are moving too fast. 10 million, but guess what? According to the American guy, he's on Robbie Tufo, he's telling Robbie Tufo, she done did 15 other men like that. And I'm like, man, these guys, man. I mean, is there a cure for that? Because when they showed the woman, I'm thinking she's going to be a 15. This woman was a 3. And I'm only giving her that because I'm trying to show her some respect. I mean, anything lower than a 3, guys, don't even get on the plane. But, looks are subjective. But to me, she was killing them. He said, LOL, when I tell my family relatives how hot it is there, they say, oh, just like in Lebanon. And I say, no, it's hot. You don't understand. At least Lebanon has a cooler season. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, they don't get it. I went back and forth with so many people, certainly the ones from Houston. Okay. Yeah, you better get that. The highest SPF you got? We got SPF 130 over here. I never even wore it in America. And because I'm thinking, well, I'm a black guy, what I need sunscreen for? And I never needed it. Shit, over here, man, all this was peeling. This is peeling. My shoulders is peeling. Because Merlin was like, yeah, you better use some of this. I'm like, I don't need it. I'm black. It looked like I was going through a torture procedure. Like they was peeling my skin. Yeah. He said, anyone here who isn't a loser. Look at his profile pic. Let's give him his 15 minutes of fame right here. He's here. So he's selling himself. He's a loser. He said, simps don't care about the looks. All they want is the poo tank. Man, I would, man, this woman. Yeah, anything lower than a 3, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not even going to waste my time. It wouldn't even be worth it. Yeah, he's laughing at himself. Now he's a loser himself. He's on here. He said, anybody here not a loser. Look yourself in the mirror. Now I'm Navy. But no, I'm just saying, anything less than a 3, I'm not fooling with it, man. It's not even worth my time. Hey, what's going on? He said they ought to start a simp union. But a lot of these guys, man, this is no lie when I tell y'all this. The most successful people I've ever met, I met them here. I mean, because some guys, you know, when they push back on their video talking about millionaires don't come here and this and that, man, it'd be some guys over here, you would not believe it. How successful, how well they manage their lives and everything. But all that goes out the window when they get here. I mean, they had the investment plan. They had everything together. You know. He said only men's eyes are open, but the brain is closed. Yeah, they don't use the common sense. They throw it out the window. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about coming to Cambodia. When we leave from Vietnam. Now the throat goat. But if you're a 3, you better have some, you know. You better be the throat goat. Yeah. But, you know, in America, you don't need it for real. I don't think I've ever been sunburned in America. I'd have to go way back and think, but I don't remember. The first time it ever happened to me really was in Mexico. I was in Playa del Carmen, and I used to jog in the morning. And I couldn't believe it then. I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, my shoulders was burning. I got sunburned. But I forgot all about it. When I finally came, because that was 2007 or 2008. I can't remember. And then fast forward, hell, it wasn't until Merlin was like, you better put some of this sunscreen on. I said, shit, I don't need it. I got the melanin to protect me. That son was like, we don't care nothing about no melanin. Yeah, guys, I'm getting ready to get rid of you. You know, if you don't, act like you got some sense, man. Go on those other guys' channels, like Fat Grandpa and all those other guys. With that foolishness, man, because I'm going to get rid of you if you do it again. Okay, there it is. You gone, man. I tried to tolerate you as much as I can. Yeah, he's gone. Who's Jasper Bentley? Who is that? Yeah, I got rid of his stupid self. Yeah, that sunscreen ain't no joke. I mean, that sunburn ain't no joke, man. I mean, it hurts, man. He said, I love my pretty light skin. Yeah. Well, now here you are managing my channel for me. I'm going to do members only. I always do like one members only. You do these so you try to attract more members, Richard. Does that make sense? It may be somebody on here that say, hey, man, I'm going to join the members only. If I did members only all the time, how would my members grow? But I always do a members only. I'm not going to go 1 week anymore without doing a members only. But, you got to reward your viewers and subscribers. I appreciate my fourth quarter members. I mean, I really do. Yeah, but that doesn't make, because see, I saw where somebody was trying to justify the foolishness he says. No, you can't justify that, guys, because you got to understand when you look at it. He can't fool me. He goes in on me, and you see all these other vloggers, it's like a joke, see. But he'll see me, and I want him to have that same energy when he sees me in person. He's not going to do it. I guarantee you he's going to see me, man. The Philippines is too small. And Maryland's going to be there. I'm going to have Maryland holding the camera. I'm going to say, see, look at this guy. He's supposed to be so tough. Okay? But no, don't justify what he does, guys. Like I said, he's got his nerve. He uses that N-word loosely. That's one reason I don't even tolerate him anymore. He's a big-time Trump supporter. He's a racist. Okay, I know this for a fact. And he loves to kiss and tongue kiss men. Okay? And this is what he's doing. He's trying to deflect the information, the attention from him to everybody else. Everybody knows he's gay. Everybody knows he likes to take it up the rear. He likes to suck dinglings. That's why he makes those videos about everybody else. They don't want you to focus on his life, his sorry ass life. Yeah. He ain't got no smoke, man, for nobody. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care what those guys say. They're jealous. That's all it is. He ain't going to pull a knife on nothing on me. He ain't going to do nothing. He ain't got, you got to understand something. He don't have the wind to fool with me. Okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you. He said, why does everybody know that? There's a link that's out there, but the guy who put the link out there took it down. I guess him and Sick Grandpa made up. But I clicked on the link, and there Sick Grandpa he's drunk, and you can't even call this a lady boy. This was a man. He wasn't fooling nobody. He didn't even look like a lady boy. He wasn't fooling nobody. That's how I know he likes men. This was a man with a ponytail, basically, is what it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, these guys, it's like they think that stuff is amusing to them because it's not doing it. They can't stand the heat like I can. As long as he's keeping the focus on me and everybody else, oh, they laughing and clapping. Oh, it's so funny, right? But they couldn't handle it if somebody was doing that to them. I don't care who they're talking about. I don't watch it. I'm sorry. Because you're supporting that stuff. That's what you're saying. But yeah, he's nothing but an old faggot. Tell him I said it. Because it's documented. I saw the link. The guy took the link down. Yeah. There ain't no like there is no lady boy. Stop. You putting lady boys down, Juice. This was a man with a ponytail. And he's sitting there just kissing the man. I'm like, you a fat, sloppy, sorry ass bastard. And you got the nerve to talk about me. Crazy. Yeah, it was a man in a ponytail. It wasn't no damn lady boy. You doing injustice to lady boys. Go on. I wish the link was still up, but the guy took it down. It was that link, and then when you because I'm trying to think, what's that other? It's not YouTube, but what's that other that everybody goes to that gets kicked off YouTube? Then they go to not Kick. It's another place that is it Rumble? Is that what it's called? Well, anyway, that's where the video is. And then it's other videos where he's harassing women. He's drunk. And he's talking crazy to Filipino women. See, he don't want y'all to know all that stuff. Okay? So he keeps the focus on other people. No, it's not Patreon. Hey, Eugene, he said, I just got back from Angeles City last week. Back to the rat race. I had a good time. I miss it. I know you do. Yeah, Rumble. It's on there. And he sits up there, you're talking about, yeah, you're playing all that ninja music. And he says it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, you fat motherfucker. You know, you think you tough. You know, you got all you brothers on here. Oh, it's funny, this and that. Yeah, that's what he thinks about you. Okay. And he got videos of him, you know, crashing news conferences of Democrats and stuff like that. Yeah, Rumble. That's right. That's right. But it don't bother me. I wouldn't even know it was happening. People tell me, they send me the link and all that stuff. I'm like, look, man, I don't want this stuff, man. It don't mean nothing to me. You know, he's not going to do anything to me. I'm going to keep on winning. That's my greatest, success is the greatest revenge. Okay? He wouldn't make videos out about me if I wasn't successful. Now, he ain't hunted him down. And I'm not Jasper, first of all. I saw that. He ain't hunted him down. He stumbled up on him, just like I told you. The Philippines is small. And all that shit these guys talk, eventually, you run into them. Eventually, if they live long enough, and that's what happened with him and Jasper. You'll be in Bohol or you'll be in Boracay somewhere. Angeles City, Manila, Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, and you're going to see them. But that's enough of that. I don't care nothing about these guys, man. They jealous. Well, he hasn't really ran up on nobody. And then everybody that, you know, oh, I met him in person. He's not like he is on his videos. Oh, yeah, because he's not talking about you, stupid. He's not like he is. Yeah, he's going to end up being extinct. Hey, what's up, Frank? He said, Cal, where would you go if not the field? Man, I love Brazil. I've been to Rio de Janeiro before. I've been to Cartagena, Colombia. Of course, you know, I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Bangkok. I've been to Pattaya. It's a lot of places now, man. Mexico. Mombasa, Kenya. But for some reason, the Philippines just checked all the boxes for me. I'm not hard to please, Franco, to be honest with you. I'm not looking for all this fancy stuff. the big thing about the Philippines, people don't really know, is you're welcome here, man. You're really welcome here. It don't get any better than that. Okay, John, take care. I've never thought about going to Sri Lanka, but I believe they've got a travel advisory there, if I'm not mistaken. But this is true right here. This is true right here. They don't push back when they should push back. And this is what we need. We need white people to push back. They're the ones who's going to change the system. Do you think the civil rights laws and all that would have passed and the civil rights movement would have been so successful without white people? Nope. You know. But yeah, tough guys don't put themselves out there like that, guys. They just don't. They're reserved, man. They're quiet. Until somebody pokes them. They're called upon. Because I was watching, I'm trying to think, it was a real documentary about this criminal here in the Philippines. He's a white guy. I'm trying to think, he was from South Africa. Somebody tell me who, because I think I told y'all about this before. I forgot the name of it. It's a real documentary. This guy was a genius, really. He just got greedy and got stupid, and power went to his head. But he had mercenaries here in Angeles City. So whenever he wanted somebody taken out, he'd pay them. So they're here. But this guy, he had started an online pharmacy. This guy was making millions of dollars, man. He had I want to say, somebody correct me. This guy had $10 million in cash in one of his condominiums in the walls in Manila. He had yachts and everything. But then he started running guns and drugs and, murder for hire. And eventually caught up with him. But he was so powerful. And he had so many connections and stuff. They only gave him like 8 years or something. He may be out already. But it was a great, man. It was a real documentary. It was so interesting. He says lots of dirt bags in Thailand. Oh, you mean Thailand? They said, been here a long time. I'm moving to much better Cambodia. I lived in Germany 3 times, South Korea 3, all over the U.S. The dumbest, dangerous drivers. 27 years given to the boss of the top school. I like Thailand, but I was only there for 5 days. But I really enjoyed it so much. We're going back. I'm gonna take Maryland. But the Philippines is such a great base, because of the immigration system. Okay, so you may not want to move every 3 months or make a border run every 3 months, so you can say, okay, I'm not gonna go this time. I'm gonna skip it, save up a little bit more money. Then I'm going to Vietnam or Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, or whatever it is. Because the Philippines is close to all of them. And you've got that great tourist visa. And you got the great weather. The people are welcoming. You got the beautiful beaches. And anything you really wanted to do is here. But we chisel it down. We make the Philippines out to be nothing but, old men and young women, man. It's much more than that, man. I wouldn't be here if that's all it was. He said, I agree. The Philippines is checking the boxes off for me, too, at least for the foreseeable future. June is coming quick, too. No turning back from the plans. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Your first trip to the Philippines or wherever you're going, you can't beat that, guys. It's like getting high for the first time. You'll chase that high for the rest of your life. So bring as much money as you can afford. Stay as long as you can on your first trip, because it'll never be another first trip. We're going back to Vietnam in June. And as much as I love Vietnam, I know it's not going to, maybe it will. It's only my second time. I was only there 2 weeks, but it's nothing like the first time, because I know what I'm going to see there now. I didn't know at first. I know what's going to be waiting for me when I get there at this time. But I'm still going to enjoy myself, because if not now, man, it's never going to happen. Okay? If you don't do it now, when? No, this isn't it. This is on him. This is specifically on this guy. It's not the big man in the Philippines. It's something like that. But this guy was rich, because what eventually happened, his downfall was, he had a real estate agent, Filipino real estate agent, working for him up in Manila. He was working with her to get all of his condos and stuff like that. Well, he got a wild hair in his ass and thought that the woman had scammed him. I was cheating him. So he had her killed. The guys came from North Carolina to the Philippines. They killed her and went back. But they ended up getting caught. It's a hell of a story, man. But I'm just saying, this guy was filthy rich beyond anybody's wildest dreams, just from his online pharmacy business. That's all he had to do to keep that. But now he started running guns. He started selling drugs. Like I said, he started doing everything. He even had his top man killed and buried in Angeles City. The guy was riding around in a Lamborghini in Angeles City. But he thought, he got paranoid. Everybody was cheating him. So he thought that this man had cheated him out of $6 million or whatever it was. And remember, this is a real documentary. This is, and he had him killed and buried, had him dig his own grave. But he was just, he had just gotten too greedy. He said, there are so many Indian restaurants here in Patty, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I eaten in a couple of them. But remember, Indians and Chinese are everywhere. It's just so many of them, and I mean, they migrate all over the planet. There's nowhere you can go where there's not Indians and Chinese. Lao? He said, have you tried Lao yet, Cal? And I say Lao, not Laos, because I saw that the other day. The guy says, it's pronounced Lao. The S is silent. But a friend of mine just came from there, and he said it's the best kept secret in Southeast Asia. He said, yeah, it's more conservative and this and that. But he's seriously thinking about him and his wife moving from Vietnam to Laos. And I believe him, Ain't a lot of these vloggers that, that everywhere they go, it's the best place and all of that. No, he said, really, it is. He said, I really don't want to make this video, because I don't want all y'all bringing that foolishness over here. Yeah, the people are so kind here, man, Because most of them, believe it or not, people are like, oh, they only kind to you, Cal, because they wanting something. No, they don't, man. They don't want anything from me. They just leave you alone. Wow, he said, I haven't been to Manila yet. Yeah, that's surprising to me. Yeah, I've never had any issues after all these years. I don't foresee myself. I mean, if I haven't had any by now, what would make me think that I'm going to have any? Unless I, cause it. Excuse me. He says, RLV. Now, he's a Filipino. He said, traffic is back in Metro Manila with diesel prices going down. Yeah. But they're about to go back up, man. Trump's getting ready to start this war back up. Okay? So let's enjoy it while we can, remember? He said, yeah, so he's kissing men. Yeah. Of course. I mean, it's right there. If I wouldn't have seen it from my own eyes. See, somebody was watching a live stream of his one time and taped it and kept it. I guess he tried to hide it or whatever he was. But he's right there kissing a man. It don't look nothing like a woman. But yet, he saw all of a sudden, he's become everybody's hero. It shows you the type of people that be watching these vlogs over here. Man, if he was anywhere in my circle, man, we'd be like, I ain't got time for this fool. They made a hero out of him. Now, I can't remember the name. Maybe somebody else look like the big man in the Philippines or something. Not big man in the Philippines, but the big man in the Philippines. It's a great documentary, man. It's very interesting. And they eventually called him, and, I think that because he cooperated. He started cooperating with the authorities. They gave him 12 years is what they gave him. Does who wash their feet? Well, they don't use their hands. They use the bidet. And that's what I use when I've got one. We don't have one in here. But I don't use toilet paper anymore because toilet paper don't get you clean. See, this is the thing that, remember, we think the American way is the only way or the right way. No, man, we've been doing it wrong for a long time. You ain't getting all that shit out of your ass with toilet paper. I'm sorry. You're leaving a lot behind. But when you use that bidet or bidet, however you pronounce it, or you use soap and water, you cleaning it. No wonder some of you guys smell like shit using toilet paper. It's the most unsanitary way to wipe your ass. It's not working, guys, okay? But don't take my word for it. Keep on using it. Yeah, but not him. Not the one he was with. You ain't have to look twice. Oh, yeah, this is it right here. This is it. Thank you, Gregory Key. Look this up. Life Without Limits or anybody. There it is. Okay, watch this. I know that's his name. I'm trying to see if this is going to be, that I believe that's the same documentary. Because I'm going to watch it again, even though I watched it before. It's so interesting, man. It's real. And you be thinking, man, you mean there's people like that in the Philippines? Yeah, but they keep a low profile. They ain't talking tough on YouTube. They ain't all in your comments talking shit. Okay, yeah, it's the bad guys over here. It's real tough guys over here. But they ain't on YouTube. Thank you, Gregory. Let me write this down because I'll be them forgot. Yeah, Mastermind. There it is, guys. I want y'all to get it and watch this. This guy was a genius, man. He just got crazy. He got greedy. He got power hungry. And that led to his downfall. Because he was bigger than the law. He had the senators and everybody paid off over here. Hey, Confident Voice Speaks. Yeah. Thank you for that super chase. I'm checking in from Singapore on lunch right now. I'll be in the Philippines this weekend. Man, I know. Congratulations on that beautiful house, man, and a beautiful daughter. See, you doing it the right way, brother. You got skins in the game. There it is. I think this is the one I saw right here. Right here. Thank you, Gregory. You own it today, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the big boss. I said the big man. It's the big boss. This is the one y'all want to watch right here. A 21st century criminal. This guy got ruthless, man. But he was rolling. And all he ate was fast food all the time. Yeah, this is a great, great uh, documentary right here. Okay? I'm putting y'all up on it. Thank you, Gregory. Yeah, that's what I do too. That's the best way to do it. But you don't do it at home. Yeah, you got. I use Santa Care over here because even though I buy the paper towels and the toilet paper is so good that you can use the toilet paper as a paper towel. That's how good it is. But if you want to get it all, no, you got to use. Uh, you got to have some type of liquid in there somewhere. Yeah, he said baby wipes with alloy. But you're just gonna leave something behind, man. Hey, what's up, Paul? He said, yeah, but that a day keeps the stink away. As a plumber, I have one in the U.S. A hot cold mix, and Filipinos are super clean people, even if they have to use a taboo bucket of cold water. And big here to use cologne. Yeah, because Rashard was on here the other day. He was like, how do y'all deal with the funk? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never met a Filipino that didn't have good hygiene. I don't know where he got that from. Yeah, yeah, I am too. I tell you what, he said no turds left behind. I never heard of it until I came over here, but it works for me. He said, yeah, what do you think about UAE quitting OPEC? Yeah. Um, it's just a slow decline, man. We're all going to pay the price. Eventually, the U.S. is no longer going to be a world power anymore. Um, it's just one more domino falling, guys. I mean, even if they stop their war today, they're talking about 2 to 5 years for things to get back to normal, meaning the munitions and everything. They claim that we've only spent 25 billion, only 25 billion on that illegal war already, right? It's more than that. But that's their estimate. He said these women turn mans into jello. Facts. This is a fact. This is fact. He said, Cal, you said you've been to Kenya. Yeah, back in the 80s, Mombasa. So, when they talk about, sex tourism and all that, I was in the Navy, though. Yeah, everywhere we went was sex tourism because we made it into sex tourism. But anyway, yeah, guys was buying refrigerators for women and everything. It was crazy back in them days. Hey, Roger, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, he said, I've been using a cat bowl to clean myself for the 14 years I've been here. And when I went back to the U.S., I bought one for my visit. Yeah, see, believe it or not, he said, I like cold water myself. Who wants 1,000-degree balls? I had gotten so used to using, taking cold showers or cool showers. They wasn't cold over here. All the way up to a couple of years ago, I got this water heater in here. And now I got hooked again. It's like, I used to didn't complain when I went to an Airbnb or somewhere that didn't have hot water. Now it has to have hot water. But cool water is good for you. Hey, what's up, Steven? I met this guy. He's a good guy. Right here. He took me to Mexican place in Newport City. He said, "Hey, Cal, Steven from Florida. We met in Newport City. Yeah, I remember you. Coming back in July for quite a few months to the Philippines from Florida. Take care, brother. Hey, I hope I see you, man. He's the real deal." And he was staying in a nice place. I believe he was staying in that. Were you staying in the Holiday Inn Express? But it's nice. Don't let that fool you. Okay. He said, "By the way, Cal, I live in Mindanao. I'm from Louisville like you, and we've talked on Facebook Messenger in the past. Osama City here." Oh, wow. Okay. So how far is that? Is that far from CDO? I've never been to Osama's. I met a guy from Osama's. Well, he wasn't. His girlfriend was. They stayed in the guest house. They had a baby. So the baby should be about 2 years old now. I lived in Zamboanga on and off for 10 years. Yeah, cold is better. It's certainly better for you. It's better for your skin. That's why a lot of our skin is dried out. We look older. That cool water is invigorating. But I threw all that shit out the window. Once I got that, he said it's Tybo. Yeah, that's right across from Terminal 3, Jeffrey. I accidentally ran into it. It's been there, but I accidentally ran into it when I came back from the Philippines. When I came back from the United States last year. It was late. I was tired, man. I was just looking for a hotel or anything, and I saw a condo-tel. And they said it was right around the corner. And I called him up, and he said, "Yeah, I got a room for you. I'll let you check in now." And it was in Newport City. I've been going there ever since. Yeah, I really like it there. That's a good base to be in Manila. He says he's attacking infrastructure. It's going to be bad. Yeah, it's getting ready to get real bad, guys. Okay? I'm sorry. Because there's really no military solution to this. It just isn't. They never should have went in the first place. They keep saying over and over, we don't want to see Iran with a nuclear weapon. Okay, if that's how you feel, but you know that they was not anywhere close to having a nuclear weapon. And you said the same thing about North Korea. They've got a nuclear weapon. I thought the world was going to be in such danger when they got their hands on a nuclear weapon. You got to understand, countries want a nuclear weapon now as a deterrent. You said the same thing about Pakistan. But they've got nuclear weapons. Everybody's waking up to the lies, man. America's the only country that's ever used nuclear weapons, and they're using it under a lie. Talking about they used that to end World War II. World War II was already over when you dropped those bombs on Japan. You did that to get back for December 7th, 1941. But see, history don't matter to anybody. You just listen to what they just keep saying over and over. I saw where I couldn't watch it. They grilling Hexep about, what if under no circumstances could Iran have a nuclear weapon. Dude, I'm more worried about the U.S. or Israel using it other than Iran. They said they didn't want one. You said that they were 2 weeks away. That's a lie. Every other president shut Netanyahu down, but not Trump, because they're blackmailing him or they done bribed him or whatever, man. I don't even want to talk about it, guys. People over there dying, because I was going back and forth with a guy on here now, talking about, yo, we winning. How the fuck we winning that war? You tell that to the families of the servicemen who were slaughtered over there. Didn't even have a chance in hell. In Kuwait. And all that, these people dying. Thousands have died in Iran, billions of dollars spent, the Strait of Hormuz closed, prices them went up on everything. You paying more for everything, and you following the same bullshit in the mainstream media talking about we winning. That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on it, and you should be ashamed to even say that, to let that come out of your mouth. A war that was illegal. Iran was never, we were never in any imminent danger of Iran striking us. It was a preemptive strike because Israel had already said, no matter what you do, we're going to strike Iran. Y'all don't want to hear it, man. So if at some point, we're going to have to start standing up to these people. Yeah, it's actually they've actually got a walkway. That's how close it is. You can walk from Terminal 3 to Newport City. What's up, Jamar? He said, greetings from D.C. It's good to be on Livestream. Please keep these up. They brighten up my day. Hey, thank you, man. When are you heading back to the DR? Okay. It's 3 hours from CDO. Okay. 2.5 hours from DePolik and 2 hours from Pagadian. I've been to Pagadian. I've been to all three of them, but I've never been to Osama's. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. Why did I say December 7th? That's why we dropped that bomb. Not once, but twice. But now all of a sudden, we're going to be the arbiters of the world and who can have... this is all propaganda, man. They wasn't going to attack us. You know, you have to understand that, well, that's always going to be the case. You have to understand it is about his donors and all of that. People gave him billions of dollars, man. And they're blackmailing him. Yeah, but this has always been the case. He said flights from the Philippines to the USA are usually cheaper. Yeah, than flights from the USA to the Philippines. But right now, Philippine flights are 3 times as much and U.S. flights are close to the same. But remember, all this stuff is going to lag. But the jet fuel crisis is getting ready to hit. They're holding on as long as they can. If he starts his war up, which he is, you're going to see them plane tickets double. They've already went up 20% in the United States. I was watching a report on that the other day. Everything's going to go up, your baggage and all of that. But you need a deterrent against these aggressors, the United States and Israel, if you're over there. You think Pakistan, I would be shocked if Saudi Arabia didn't have nuclear weapons. That's the only way you're going to deter them people to keep on coming in, bombing you. You know, these are sovereign countries, guys. Don't that mean anything? No. Not if you're American, you think you're bigger than the rules. They're trying to go back to the 18th and 1900s. You know, when these Europeans, when they colonized the whole world, people aren't going for that anymore. Man, your own damn business. Can't tell us what to do. Y'all the biggest devils. What's happening in Gaza? We just sitting back like it's not happening. And then you're going to say October 7th. This shit been going on long before October 7th. These people are acting just like Hitler was in World War II. Why? Because they're the same people. They come from the same place. Okay? And they all applauding, you know, I hate to even call him King Charles and his speech. He ain't said shit about Israel and Gaza going on over there. Who is he to criticize somebody? All the hell y'all done wrought on the world. Like we supposed to forget. Nobody got time for that foolishness, man. Y'all can listen to that foolishness if you want. Yeah, we got a blind eye. It's hurting more than just the peso. Yeah, it's a worldwide, it's a global economic meltdown, man. It's affecting everybody. But if you're a billionaire, it's not affecting you. You don't care. All of them. Look at the uh, Secretary of State over there. He's from London. Where do you think they come from? They wasn't born there. They migrated there. That's not the Israel that's in the Bible. People are crazy. But if you say that, oh, you're anti-Semite, no, I'm not. They're anti-Semite with the shit they're pulling. Judaism and the state of Israel is two different things. Those people are committing a Holocaust, man. A genocide, not just there. Over in Lebanon, they talk about Hezbollah. There would be no Hezbollah if you fools wouldn't have invaded Lebanon, South Lebanon, back in 2000. You're crazy. They are the same damn people. Europeans over there. They're Zionists in America, fool. They are the same people. What you talking about? It's because they don't have the same ideology or the same belief. It's all about ethnic cleansing. Who else is ethnic cleansing? They called that a Holocaust and a genocide when was it Yugoslavia? What was that war? And only 8,000 people were killed. 8,000 men were killed. And so many thousands displaced. And they ended up, the guy ended up facing war crimes. What was his name? Somebody help me with this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we ain't food. They're not food. That's why they've got the green light. They can do whatever they want to do. Anytime it's a brown country. Imagine, Milosevic. What was that conflict over there? It used to be Yugoslavia, but I don't think it's Yugoslavia anymore. They had neighbors fighting each other. That's right. This is what we're saying. We're saying these are Europeans. Okay? Trump was elected on America First. He said, we're not going to finance all these forever wars and someplace else. Okay, you see where they're getting ready to. You got American citizens who are serving in the Israeli army. They're getting ready to pass a law right now while we're sitting over here arguing on YouTube to give these people VA benefits. But y'all don't care. Okay, what universe are we living in when we let this little itty bitty country control America? Yeah, Bosnia. Thank you. But if you talk about it, they labeling everybody anti-Semitic so much that you're going to take the power away from Semitism. So now it's like you crying wolf. When you call somebody anti-Semitic, nobody's going to believe you because everybody couldn't be anti-Semitic. Yeah, but Trump is saying to hell with NATO. We're NATO, he's saying. We're bigger than the rules. Yeah. Thank you. And it's like, why don't the United States follow the rules? Because they make the rules. We're not the good guys anymore. If we ever were. We're not the good guys anymore. And this is what's so shocking. And this is what people can't accept. We're the terrorists now. Look at the shit they doing, man. It's uncalled for. But because y'all don't read for yourself, you can't think for yourself, you just let these same people drag you around by your nose, nothing's going to change. So what you put the Democrats in, big deal. Nothing's going to change. They're going to protect that empire. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to convince you that Iran having a nuclear weapon is going to be a direct threat to the United States. Bullshit. It's easy to convince y'all. But yeah, guys, let me get off here. Lunch is almost done. I appreciate, man, all the super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I don't really like talking politics, really, because, you know, it just gives you a headache. Those people are so corrupt, they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway. Our votes don't mean anything. They're going to keep us divided at the bottom. I'm just saying. It just makes your head hurt. We got to figure out a different strategy. You know, if you get in there, they're going to try to corrupt you. And then if you don't go along with it, they'll probably kill you. Yeah. It is. You know, a lot more is going on than what we know. That's another thing I don't like. There is no real transparency. The mainstream media has let us down. They want to be part of the in crowd. They want to keep their inside connection, so they're not going to tell you the truth. You're only going to get the truth from some of these courageous, independent journalists. But they keep saying fake news, fake news, fake news over and over and over. They want you to think that these guys aren't credible when they are. It's just a sad day, man. You know. So what you need to do is make a plan for your own life. See? This is what you need to do. Start saving your money. Getting in better shape. Putting together a plan for the whatever. Because anything can happen. I'm over here now. I don't have a 30-year mortgage. That's a good start. Okay, I don't worry about getting laid off. What benefits I got, they can't take from me. I earned them. Trump ain't saved America, man. Don't come on my channel with that foolishness, man. Trump ain't saved shit. That's propaganda. Trump is a corrupt MF. Okay? He's $4 billion richer now than when he came into office. He should be in jail. Don't fool with that. Don't come on here with that, man. Foolishness. Talking about he saved America. Trump ain't saved shit, but himself. He's a convicted sex offender and accused pedophile. He ain't saved nobody but his own ass. Well, come on here with that stuff, man. Trump ain't saved no America, man. Are you crazy? But this is what you run into, cognitive dissonance. They don't sit there and you arguing with these people. He ain't saved shit. You like the guy the other day, Michael. I can't believe you on here with that shit. How you save America? Everything you paying for it, you're paying more for it. Here I am way over in the Philippines suffering. My damn propane gas done doubled. Everything that went up from an illegal war. Fool ain't got no credibility, man. I don't even think you could fit your computer screen to write that down. Y'all people, man, crazy, man. I can't deal with it anymore. That's why I left America. Too much ignorance over there. There's too much ignorance over there, guys. But take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Because we ain't dying over there in them wars. It's easy to say, oh, he saved America. Now you wake up. All of them are corrupt. It's always somebody else first. Ain't no America first. Hell, I'd fight for America first. Look at the damn infrastructure crumbling over there. You got senior citizens can't afford their medicine, but these fools will spend $50 billion on a fucked up war. Talking about, oh, we're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz. You stupid fool, the strait was open. You know what I'm saying? Take care, y'all. Yeah, no, we ain't going to argue about that. We ain't going to argue about that. If he wants, that's called cognitive dissonance. You're not going to convince these people that Trump ain't worth a quarter and he only thinks about himself only. He's a narcissist. You're never going to convince them. He's their hero.